What's up, traders, and welcome back to my channel. I am Denis Trades, and this is another weekly update on the progress of my prop firm challenges with the equity edge. So, first of all, I managed to pass the first stage of one of the 6 accounts I currently trading, and I passed this account on Wednesday. And as you can see, this is the confirmation email that I had passed the challenge. So today is just a review of the trades I took on this week. As you can see on this account, I only traded for 2 days and I was able to hit the weekly target that I had of $250. So the 2.5% that was remaining for me to be able to pass this challenge. So I passed this challenge with 16 trades, and the win rate was about 67%. So as we are going through this account, I'm going to show you my trading strategy, even though I do miss a lot on most trades because I have a day job, and most of the time I can't be able to look at the charts. I do miss on a lot of trades. Other times I overthink my strategy and I end up missing a lot of trades. But this is the strategy that I use on Proforms and personal accounts, and it is what has enabled me to pass this challenge. Okay, so next week I'll be starting on the second phase of this account, which I haven't opened a trade. So this is still a fresh account. I haven't opened any trade. So on the phase 2 of the stage 2 of this account, I need at least $500 to pass so I can get the master account. So, and 400 or $500 is about 2 winning trades or 3 winning trades if I get consecutive wins. But if I'm going to take losses in between, it could take a whole week or at least 2 weeks. I don't have a problem with that. I'm ready to submit to the process until I get to that funded stage. I also have, apart from this account that I passed, I also have instant accounts, and with the instant account, one account is in small profits, another one is in deep in drawdown of 3%, and on the first account, it's what I have been able to achieve a 4.77%, and I need, since I'm targeting $1,000, I need at least 10% on this account, with the biggest day profit being not being more than $150. So I have to cap my maximum target for a trading day to $150. Okay, so if I'm able to get at least $1,000 on this account, I'll be able to request a payout. That means if I hit $1,000, I'll have still maintaining this $150 maximum profit in a day. I'll be able to hit the 15% consistency score, and I can request a payout. So on this account, this is the account I passed. This account is 3% in profit, so I need about 5% to be able to pass the first stage, and this account is in a 3% drawdown. Okay, so that's the update on this account. um, this week was tricky in terms of the trades I was taking. Most of the days, as you can see, were close to break-even days. As you can see, even this day was close to a break-even day. After this trade has gone to over $200 profit, I ended up closing close to break-even. Okay, another winning trade that I had a losing trade right here and also a break-even day. So you can see on this account, I only managed to get close to 1%. It's $7 shy of 1%. On this account, as I said, it's to $50, which helped me manage to pass the challenge. And on this account, I am down 2% or 1% for the week. On this account, on this instant account, again, down 1.5%, down 1%, and up 1.5% for the week. So let's go to trending view. And first of all, I'm going to explain my strategy. Imagine this as your 1 hour candlestick. Okay. Uh, on top of it, there is buy side liquidity. Okay, and on the bottom of it, on the low of it, there is sell side liquidity. So this 1 hour candle represent a 60 minutes range in price. Okay, 60 minutes range above the range of this 60-minute buy side liquidity, below sell side liquidity. So assuming this was a bullish candle, okay, then the next candle opens after the close of this, so it opens right there. Okay, after it opens, it starts by raiding this high. So we get, let's say, a week down there. So and then the market start moving down and closes bearish. Let's assume it closes bearish. So the target will be for the market to trade to this low. Okay, so this will be the sell side liquidity. So you'll find the market will take that low. So if you understand that this is what price is likely to do, how can you utilize that to come up with the entry criteria and a stop loss placement and a take profit level like you're seeing here? And I'm going to explain this setup, but these setups still follow this same logic like I'm showing you here. So I'm showing you in terms of a 1 hour candle. So how does it look on the 15? How does the price action on this 1 hour candle look on the 5 minute? How does it look on the 3 minute? How does it look on the 1 minute time frame? Since if you decide to trade it uh, on the 1 hour chart, the risk to reward and the confirmation will be probably late and a bigger uh, risk. Okay, so when you anticipate this kind of pattern to form, you go to the lower time frame and you look for an entry criteria around this a fractal right here. To find an entry, your stop loss management, of course, it goes to this high. This is I'll call it a protected swing. So if price comes to this high after closing inside this range, then this is the invalidation. It means it was an invalid setup, and so you accept you are wrong and you take that as a loser. But if you manage to take an entry inside this range and your stop loss above this created high after taking this buy side liquidity, then you can start targeting anything below this this low depending on your risk to reward ratio. Okay, so this was an instant of uh, a bullish scenario, meaning the market has been going up. So now let's assume the market has been going down for the last 1 hour. So let's assume this was a bearish 60 minutes range. Okay, again above it is buy side liquidity, below it sell side liquidity. So what you want to see is the candle open at the next candle open after this candle closes, read the low of this previous 60-minute range, then close back inside. Then you can look for your entry criteria to target anything above this high, which is buy side liquidity. So you will expect a candle to close bullish and another one to open until you get to this high right there, right? So you can learn more about this setup on multiple YouTube channels, which I can refer you to. So if you go to this YouTube channel, which was uploaded 13 hours ago, this guy explains the same strategy in depth. Okay, and also if you go to this channel by Mulham Trading, you will find the same strategy, but you'll find they have different context under which to apply the same strategy. And then we have this other channel by Sham. This is the name of the channel. Again, he has his way to explain the context under which to use this strategy. It's the same strategy but applied under different context. Okay, and the last I can refer you to is this video by the Simplified Trader. So if you want to learn in depth about the strategy, this is the place. These are the videos you're going to watch, and you can pause the video and look for the channels. So back to the charts, and this is how I apply. This is how I apply the strategy. So what I want to see, for example, in this case, we had a bullish candle closure. Okay, this is our chart. We had a bullish candle closure. So this candle opened and raided the high of the this 1 hour candle and closed inside. You can see it closed inside with an engulfing candle. This red candle here is an engulfing bearish candle. So when it closes, I don't care about any fair value gap left inside. What I care about is once it closes, my entry at that level, my stop loss at that level, and I start targeting from a 1.5R, 2R, 2.5R up to 3R, and I'm done with that trade. So this setup happens multiple times in a day. You can find the setup to up to 6 times in a day, and it could also occur 1 time in a day, 2 times, 3 times. You never know. It depends with your pattern recognition level and how fast you are able to find the setup. Okay, so this is the setup I've been using. So unless I did explain, most people would keep wondering how I'm able to get such kind of entry with the predetermined stop loss level and take profit levels. Okay, so this is the strategy. You're simply waiting for a rate above the 60-minute range and your target uh, below the low of the 60-minute range. Of course, there are times the narrative will not allow for this price to trade below this low, especially if the market is primarily bullish. Okay, it might come. Okay, this, yes, you had a sweep on the buy side liquidity, then the market drops, fails to take this low, and then reverses up and breaks above your protected high where you had stopped. You had put your stop loss. So it's good, even though you know price might eventually uh, come to take this low, to take partials as price goes down. one there. So for my case, if I enter at this level, I'm going to start taking partials, the first partial profit after 150 pips. So the first take profit level will be that 15 or 150 pips target. And then maybe let's say I entered with two positions. The first position I set TP at that level. The second position I set TP at 20 or 200 pips. So if I'm too bearish, I could target up to 300 pips. Okay. Now it depends with how many number of entries I executed at that level. Okay. So this is the strategy, and it's the strategy I have been applying for since I started trading gold. Okay. So as you can see on this instant, we had a 60-minute low, which is this low here. As you can see, it was traded below. Price closed bullish with an engulfing candle, and I was able to execute there at stop loss below that low. Okay, the target from a 1.5 R up to 3 R. Okay, so this is how I go looking for my entries. So you can see price traded above the Asian high, then retraced inside. This was a break of structure. This this is a 5-minute order block. Price traded below a 60-minute low and closed back inside with an engulfing candle. So I find my entry, stop loss below that short-term low, and then I start targeting anything to do with from 150 pips all the way to 300 pips. It could be a 4R, it could be a 3R, or whatever it is that you feel it could be your daily objective. The same with Asian session. We had the previous day high as the draw on liquidity. Okay, and then price opened at 4 a.m. by taking the previous 60-minute low, closed inside with an engulfing, had an entry confirmation, stop loss goes below the low, and then you target anything from 150, 200 to 50, 300 pips. Along the way, you take partials. Okay, so in this day, which was Friday, which is yesterday, we had 4 trade setups, and each was at least 150 pips, risking not more than 100 pips. Okay, so if you are not comfortable with placing a stop loss, you could just add it just a little bit right there, but the stop loss is supposed to be exactly at the low that took the 60-minute liquidity. Okay, so the stop loss is supposed to be there. So if you are stopped out, you look for re-entry or you step away from the chart until another setup forms. So on Friday, I missed on a lot of setups, but this is exactly how I was supposed to trade. So I had several trades I took. I missed out on this one. I ended up executing a trade on this 5-minute fair value gap, and I was able to get $150, which is on this instant account. It was a scalp trade since I had already missed up on this trade. So I scalped that, entered early on this other fair value gap right here. I entered above this fair value gap and I was stopped out before price went up higher. So I missed out on this trade and I ended up chasing it at this kind of closure. Okay, so by the time it was hitting take profit, I was able to recoup the small loss that I had taken on this trade, and that's how I ended up my day. But as you can see, the model still formed another 2 times. As you can see, sometimes I trade against the setup and end up taking the loss, Some are valid losses like this one. The bias was simply wrong and the market was bullish in this case. So I took a loss right here. And those are the so many trades for the week. You can go and backtest using the same strategy. Mine was just to come here and update you on the progress uh, of my challenge accounts, and hopefully next week I'll be able to pass this account and also start on the second phase uh, of this new stage 2 challenge until I am funded. So that's all for today. Thanks for watching. Remember to subscribe and like, comment, and also I'm starting my own Telegram community. So I'll put down the link on the description box. So I look forward to you joining the community where I'll be breaking down my strategy more in depth. Uh, that's all for today. Good luck and good trading.